Hello all you lovely ladies and gents out there. Those of you know, I've been trying to do this Q&A vid for a couple of weeks now. It's only been 2 weeks because video recording software is hard sometimes. Don't really have much sales, so let's get on with the questions. Now, well, for some odd reason, Cursed Glass asked me to shave my beard on camera for some reason. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to get on with it. Sorry if this is loud. And yes, I have a mirror here just so I can do it right. I should do it. Still, don't know why you asked me to shave. And she asked me to put on aftershave for some reason as well. Again, I don't question it. That was too much aftershave. Far too much aftershave. Yep, far too much. Way to go. On the alcohol weaken on my hand, so I've just got a bowl of water here. Plus it gets all the stray hairs that are on my hand. You are a strange one, Cursed. As soon as you have found out I had a beard, that's all you would talk about. Oops, sorry. Getting into some loose hairs. Just getting rid of some loose hairs there and stuck in the razor. Okay. That required way too much setup. Get a towel, a mirror, a razor and everything. Okay, now on to the serious questions. First batch was from the Power of 5. How old am I? By my last count, I'm 22. I've kind of lost track, really. That seems very strange to a lot of people. When did I start drawing? Well, I've been designing since I was about 6 or 7. When I started seriously drawing, only in the last couple of years, really. My designs were more systematic. And they're really amateurish looking back on them now. Favourite Assassin's Creed game so far? I really... Some people may disagree with me, but I really liked Revelations. I just really liked everything it introduced, things like the hook blade and the zip lines and the tower defense element as well. I just liked everything about it. It did a lot of right things. It's a shame a lot of that didn't transfer into the later games. My favourite season, winter. The cold is just I like the cold for it. It's easier to deal with than heat. Plus, I've always enjoyed... This is... it's going to be rather flippant, but I enjoy people struggling in the winter when I don't. Think of that what you will. How tall am I? Last time I checked, I was 6'1". That's, in Britain, that's pretty short, really. I mean, in school, I was pretty much the shortest kid there. Okay, next one. Spidey K. For context here, he pitched a bunch of games, animes, and I think it was just games and animes, and asked me to pick a favourite girl out of one of them. And so the question is, if all your favourite girls that you take an interest in got into a fight, who do you hope will win, and who will actually win? Who do I hope will win? In a fight with all of them, I wouldn't want any of them to win. It's either... I don't know. I don't think anyone's really been put in that situation where it's a whole mob of girls fighting over you, unless you're living in an anime. So, who would actually... I wouldn't want any of them to win. Who would actually win, though? I know, for those who know, there's this anime called High School of the Dead. That's High School of the Dead, I mumbled that. The anime is so-so, and gets a little ridiculous at times. But there's one character in there called Saiko Busujima. I apologise if I butchered that last name. But her fighting style and the ferocity she puts into it, I think she would just come out on top. Out of those girls, who would I rather be? Which world would I rather be in? I don't know, most of them are based on Earth, really, but in the actual situation, I don't know, probably the Rubyverse. Now, if you could have any weapon from any anime or video game, what would it be? I'd have to go for a video game, and that would be Isaac Clarke's plasma cutter from Dead Space. I mean, that weapon is just it's a tool at the end of the day, and it all around kicks ass. In your opinion, is there anyone who has a better butt than Blake? That's Blake from Ruby, if anyone's wondering. I'd say no. Just for sake of awkward arguments later. If you and Blake danced together, what song would you dance to? This one I had to go away and think about. That would be a Departure by Egoist. That's the song is mainly prominent in an anime called Guilty Crown. Particularly I'd want the English dub done by Amelie, because the lyrics just fit the characters. But my OC or me, and yeah, you get it. Okay, next batch. Cursed Glass asks, if I killed someone, how would you react? That's if she killed someone, how would I react? I don't know. You know how I feel about that. I'd stick by you. Pretty much no matter what. Didn't bail on you before, won't bail on you now. Can you eat Smarties whole with wrapper and all? Well, you can eat anything whole, really. You might have, the wrapper might have a bit of trouble going down. It depends how you eat now, the cardboard tube or actually not plastic, the actual bags of it. The plastic wrapper might go down a little rough, but should be able to manage it. The tube, I don't know, that'd be tricky. Why did I want to become your friend? Well, first it started off with our both enjoying Ruby. Then I got to know you, and you seemed like a really, really great person. And we understood each other on a lot of levels. What is my answer to the universe? 42. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference there. Out of a rank of 1 to 10, how crazy are you? Oh, you got to an 11. Do I like root beer? I've only had it twice in my life. Don't really get it that much over here. I enjoyed it though, when I did though. If the pizza there had less sauce, would you order more often? The sauce isn't really a big deal on the pizza. I mean, yeah, there has to be sauce, but if there's less sauce, I won't moan or bitch about it, but the toppings are what make it for me. What kind of place do I live in? Let's have a look. Well, at the moment it's very, very grey outside. The living room there, and on the cabinet is my liquor cabinet and DVDs and shit. It's pretty bare, really. And that's what it was. That's the kind of place to live in. If I could live anywhere, where would it be? There's this little place in France, just outside the village of Saint Denis de Gastin. It's called Le Prelet. It's this little villa that's just like on the edge of a lake. Me and my family go there. We've been there 2 or 3 times, but that place is just heaven. I mean, you fish on like a lake and row out there occasionally, and I just shoot the breeze, have some drinks, have some snacks, cook dinners at night. It's just a good place. Games room and all. If I ever had a contest, what would it be? Probably an OC drawing contest off the top of my head. I have like 13 different OCs. I've only described about 4 in my fanfics and stories. Sorry, got a crick in my back. It's been pestering me all day. I know contests are tricky. Entering them there. I don't know. I might have just a story writing contest in general. Just take some of my characters, see what people write about them, things like that. I don't have anything to offer. There's a prize though. If I did, I would offer, obviously. And that's done. Next batch comes from Speed Racer Dude 511. Is it Slim Pickens in the UK? Yes, I am in the UK, and my tag or username, whatever it is, Slim Pickens in the UK, or Slim Pickens UK. My favourite movie, Duck Soup. It's for those of you unaware, it's a Marx Brothers film, and if you haven't watched Marx Brothers, then go and watch Marx Brothers. It's kind of dated now, but it is just good old-fashioned comedy. Favourite TV show? At the moment, it's Archer. That it just tickles me every time. Favourite book? Hyperion. The Hyperion Cantos, to be precise. It's a good read, and I'm barely into it, and I'm loving it. I mean, my brothers and my father have read it, and they all love it. My uncle's reading it right now as well. And they're actually making a film of it, but it's not looking promising. Pardon me. Excuse me. Favourite game? My favourite game would probably be the very first Medal of Honor. There are others that would be my favourite. It's difficult to ask a favourite game. My favourite game would be the first Medal of Honor, just because I played the multiplayer of that with my brothers a lot, and that's just good times and good memories. How did I get into DeviantArt? I only really started becoming more active on DeviantArt in the past 6 or 7 months. I've been on it for a couple of years now, but I only got a profile on there when I was in college, and I needed to get some things for wallpapers and stuff like that. and just design inspiration, writing inspiration as well. I could have gone to other places for that, but DA was there. It was convenient. It's a good shave. And then I signed up for it. Spent I was active on it for about a week, and then I just forgot about it, and now I've become more active on it. Now that I've started writing and designing and commissioning. Thank you for those. Next batch, Dimension Chronicler asks. This is something we discussed in. This is something we discussed not in the comments. I mentioned in passing that I have a small weapons collection. And he asked us to see some, all of them. I'll start off with the most bulkiest one. It's in a display case, but it's my flintlock pistol, which my brother's girlfriend bought for me. She's like a sister to me, and we just we're just best friends. Awkward. Next time a pair of size. Oops, sorry. Drifting off camera. These are blunted, obviously, so they're not actually for combat. As you can see on the tips there, they're blunt, but they're more for sparring and training. This is before people really start to crack down on owning weapons in Britain. So I got a lot of stuff while I could. Next up are my Ninjatos, which my most recent collection. Got silver ones, well not silver, stainless steel. And yeah, come on. And then black steel. They came as a pair. And pretty cheap as well. They're by no means actually, I know I wouldn't use them in combat just because for the price I paid, they're probably pretty unreliable. Oh, hold on, one thing left. I have a 3-piece katana set as well. Start off with just a short wacky sashi. One just slightly longer. I really need to clean these as well. They are dusty as hell, and the blades are becoming a bit dull. And then the full-length katana. Get in it. And that's all my weapons. I do have more, but they're in other places for safekeeping. Because those are actually dangerous. Then he asks, how skilled am I with weapons? I studied 2 years of fencing at college, so I'm okay with the swords. I forgot a couple more weapons actually, so bear with me 2 seconds. I was not prepared. Okay, my last 2 weapons. It's my dad's old longbow. This was handed down to me, and I practice with it every now and again. Still got to fix the limb. It's a little. I don't know, the limb seems somewhat okay. It's a tiny bit bent on the tip. However, I soon upgraded to a compound. And this thing just... my dad surprised me at Christmas when he I just saw a box thing and I was like, what the hell's that? And I opened it, it's like, holy shit, that's a compound bow. And yeah, I practice with the longbow more than the compound bow just because I like practicing with that more just because it's more a test. Sorry about that. I was not prepared to show those. I thought around, but I did not prepare. How skilled am I with the weapons? Yeah, back to that question. Like I said, I studied 2 years of fencing at college. I'm good with long swords, good with short blades. The ninjato, it depends. In a reverse grip, I'm okay. A forward grip, they just tend to get in the way of one another. That's just, yeah. If I had one in a forward grip and then a reverse grip, yeah, I could do them in tandem pretty well. Flintlock, well, it's deactivated, so I haven't really practiced with it, but I'm a pretty good shot as it is. The size I'm involved with, because frankly, they're too heavy for me. Not that I can't wield them, but to properly wield them, they're too heavy on the back end. Far too much weight on them. Jedi or Sith? Jedi all the way. I don't like playing evil characters or supporting evil characters. I like evil characters, but I wouldn't want to be them. If that makes sense. I don't know. I just have it's a weird sense of honor. If you could date any character besides your own characters, who would you date? Again, that goes back to the old question. That would be Psycho Busujima again. I don't know. She's just... The anime itself was poor, but they did a lot of work on her character, and I really enjoyed her character. And then again, if you could date any of your characters and nobody else's, who I'd date? Well, I've only introduced 4 or 5 OCs of my own in my stories. But if any, I'd have to go with Ishara Gainsborough, which is the little sister of my OC, but this is just me dating, not my OC, because that would just be weird. But if I had to go, I'd go with Ishara, just because when I was writing that character, I fell in love with that character, and it destroyed me when I had to write a certain bit or two. Red versus blue or blue versus red? Red versus blue, obviously. Blue versus red, it does sound okay, but it just doesn't roll off the tongue easier. Well, it does, but not as easily as red versus blue. If you could take anybody's story ideas and make it your own, what story would it be? There's a story on fanfiction.net called The Legend of the Wandering Pair. It's a Fallout 3 fanfic, but that was like the first one I read, and God, is it magnificent. This guy, he makes all the right references to anything. He makes a reference to Blade Runner, for God's sakes, and Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, obviously. I mean, and Blade Runner it's one of my favourite films. Not again, that links back to favourite film. It depends what genre. You can't pick one favourite film, really. Not in my mind. Warrior, mage, or thief? Just as... I never understood that. Like that's the limited warrior, mage, or thief. It's like, when is every one of those going to be useful in a very specific setting? Warrior, obviously, you can battle away anything. I'd have to go with warrior, but I'd be a swift warrior-ish type thing. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's the last match, and final one was from Cursed Glass. Damn it, because that last over Q&A video, I keep calling it Cursed Glass. Cursed Glass. Or just say CG, you moron. Just, can I smile for you? Of course I can. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Try a crooked smile. Crooked grin. No. My teeth are not the best. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah. SlimPickensUK here, and nothing else there, really. thanks for watching and thanks for the questions. It's great to reach out like this. Thanks very much. Yeah, let's have a good line to go off on, you Burke. Okay, that... Goddamn internet security. Stay cool, all you party people. Yeah, I did make a total ass myself there.